Are they yours?
No, they're Eric's. He's been cooperative with me though.
See.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's take them off. Hey, we're gonna take them off. You're gonna be cool?
Oh, gosh,
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know you. I don't know nothing about what's going on.
I know. You have my absolute word, sir. Detective?
Yes.
You have my word, detective.
Is your watch here? Is it a smart watch or anything like that?
No, it's just
Okay.
Timex. Nope, no smartphones, no nothing.
We're just gonna come up and do
What's this?
cigarettes on a lighter pile bag.
He's the only thing I left in there.
What's in that brown bag?
There's a.
Hey,
There's
one
one
more.
right
Hey,
with a.
Holster magazine with some rounds in it.
Okay.
What's that?
See what he wants when he comes back.
Yeah.
I'm just literally walking into that. As you saw.
Yep. Okay.
What did it?
Another one. Yesterday, today.
Citrus County then.
What's that?
So I was up in Citrus County then. It was an unexpected trip.
That was that early morning thing, right? Was that, you went up to the hospital
No,
there?
no,
for trauma?
I was up there on a felony in Wayne thing.
Oh, okay.
Completely unrelated.
Oh, okay. Cause I don't even know what happened. I know they flighted somebody up there yesterday morning.
Yeah,
and
I'm
that
not
was-
sure.
Yeah.
This parking lot dispute turned deadly in seconds, showing how quickly anger can spiral. Drejka saw himself as a protector of rules, but his choice to confront rather than call police set a tragic chain in motion. What drives someone to take justice into their own hands?
Thank you for being very professional.
So I get paid to do, and that's just me.
That, I was gonna say, that's not paid.
It's just the way I am.
Yes, sir.
There's no reason to treat you any different.
Fair enough. That's why I like dealing with sheriffs better than local.
I won't take offense to that.
You wanna sit out here?
Wherever you
Or
want.
hang out here? Actually,
Wherever you want me.
we can probably cut you loose out of here.
Okay,
And we'll hang on to his stuff there.
okay, there's
Do you need some water?
Please.
Okay.
his holster, and there's a magazine, and I don't know. if
You
it's
just
in
leave
his
it,
pocket.
just leave it in there.
Okay,
Just leave it in, and we'll take it.
okay.
Will you hang here?
Sure.
And, cause there's a ton of people coming in.
Sir.
Alright? Alright. Let me find the bottle of water. Okay? Here you go. Anything else right now? Alright, just hang tight, we'll do this as quick as we can, okay? You're holding your arm, is it hurt or something?
Yeah, it's starting, everything's starting to get sore, where it hit me from behind
No,
and
I
where I
don't-
landed. That's all, everything's.
Is anything broken?
No.
Torn?
No.
Okay,
Just
alright,
scraped up.
okay.
Hey, Michael, how you doing? I'm Detective Upton.
Left hand.
Left hand, okay. Sorry to have to meet you under these stressful circumstances a little bit. but-
Myself as well.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not the, this is Detective Shields, I'm
How you
sorry.
doing? Nice to meet you, sir.
I'm not the case agent in this. I'm a detective in the same unit. The case agent and the assistant case agent, if that makes any sense to you, are gonna come speak to you in just a few moments, okay?
While many people who are brought in for questioning act calm because they think they can lie their way through, Drejka is different because he believes he has done nothing wrong.
Drejka didn't hesitate as his Miranda rights were read. He answered clearly, word for word, like he'd rehearsed it. A man who saw himself as the victim, not the criminal.
Of course, before any of us speak to you and try to go into any kind of details about anything or anything like that, I'd like to read you your rights. Are you familiar with your rights, Miranda rights? Okay. You know how to read and write?
Yes, sir.
What's the highest grade level that you completed?
12th grade.
Did you have any college?
No,
Okay.
on the job.
All right. So I'm just gonna read these to you, and I'll let you read along with me. So you know this is exactly what I'm saying. You understand that you have the right to remain silent? I'm gonna need a verbal response, sorry, if you will, okay. Do you understand that anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to speak to a lawyer and have him or her present while you're being questioned?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that if you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before questioning if you wish?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand each of these rights I have just explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to have you initial each one of these that you verbalize yes to me, best you can there.
No problem.
Okay. And then I'll have you, if you will, print your name right here. And yeah, signature right there, if you will. Okay. And today's date is July 19th. 2018. The time right now is 18:12 hours, which is 6:12 p.m. And again, I am Detective Upton, and this report is going to be SO 18-225-724. Okay. The reason we wanted to do that first, of course, we don't want to talk to you about anything. And again, the case agents are going to come in here in just a few moments. It's my understanding that your vehicle was still.
It's not a problem.
It's at the store.
Right by my house, so
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay. We have it all cordoned off. It's safe and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that parking lot, really.
Okay.
I never have. That's my store. I go in there every day.
You guys just live right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
Okay. Would you be willing to give us consent to go inside your vehicle and just for documentation purposes and that kind of thing?
Shit, I'm gonna.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have this form right here. You said you can read and write. I'll let you read this, and if you fully understand it, we'll proceed, and I'll just get your signature, and then I'll get the case agents in here in just a few moments, okay? You okay with that?
Vehicle, correct?
Yes, it's the vehicle. That's for the vehicle only. List your VIN number here, your tag. You do own a 2006 Toyota 4Runner, correct?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Really,
All right.
that's a choice.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Actually, yes,
Bathroom, come on, I'll take it. Let me just make sure that this place is clear of all persons in here first, okay? Clear the restroom? Fairly okay?
Yeah, no problem.
It's gonna be two other guys, not quite as handsome as me, but they'll be in here in just a minute, okay?
Don't let them hear that.
Hey, partner. Hey, my name's George Moffett. This is Richie Rimmer.
Gentlemen.
You've been sitting here for a while. You need to use restroom or anything?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me make sure.
Nobody out.
Okay. Just hang tight.
I don't think there's anybody here right now.
Say again?
I don't think there's anybody here right now. Nobody's
Just
done,
us, yeah.
nobody's done anything
She
bad.
uses me last.
So we're good. When'd you get the Panther?
I was like, oh my God, that was 18 years old.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You were 18 years
That
old?
was the first one.
I got a thing for old school tattoos. Where'd you get it?
Oh my God.
Get enough water and everything?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Mhm.
I need to get rid of it.
Yeah. Just to reiterate, man, my name's George Moffett. This is Richie Redmond, or the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna put this on record, so I'm gonna ask you to write down hard things and stuff like that, okay? All right, we're just here at the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office North District Station. Today's date's July 19th, 2018. We just want to talk to you, reference today's shooting that occurred at 1201 Sunset Point Road in Clearwater, Florida. It's reference case number SO18-225724. Approximate time is about 20-30 hours. Just go through your kind of day, like right before you get to the store.
Oh, just coming back, going home, stopping at the store first, and then right around the corner home.
Where do you live at, sir?
1116 Charles Street, Clearwater. It's in the Edgewater neighborhood, it's right off Sunset Point there.
1116
Charles
Charles.
Street, yes.
That's my usual store. I go there every day, he said. A simple routine like any other, but this time it led to a deadly outcome. All because he confronted someone he thought was in the wrong.
That's Clearwater address?
Yes, sir.
What's the zip code?
33755.
And what's your phone? You got a current phone number?
727
Uh-huh.
543 5138.
That's your primary phone number?
Only phone, yes.
Okay. Are you employed, sir?
No, sir, retired.
Okay. Good for you, man.
Well, it never lasts.
I wish I was
Yeah,
retired.
it never lasts. I got to retire for about 13 years, and now it's that time. You're gonna come
Okay.
back, you know.
Can you spell your first name? Is it common spelling?
Common spelling.
And my-
C-H-A-E-L.
What's your last name?
Drejka, D-R-E-J-K-A.
And what's your date of birth, sir?
8570.
Okay. You mind if I call you Michael?
That's,
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, and you can call me George. So just walk through, you leave your house and you drive up to the store?
No, I was coming back from the Wawa down on Missouri and Rosary to get some cash and headed home, stop by the store, boom, boom.
Okay, so you get to the store, tell me, kind of walk me through what happens.
I park my car and that's my store. I'm there every day, plain
Okay.
and simple. And every day there's somebody pulled in the handicap spot there, just waiting on somebody.
Okay,
So I have a pet peeve about it.
sure.
I said, do you mind, moving? There's a spot next door and there's spots out front. I said, do you mind moving, waiting on somebody? And
So there's plenty more spots and
there's
stuff.
plenty more spots, yes. And she took that as an affront that I would speak to her that way. Started getting a little, yelling, and then of course.
So you walk up to her car?
Actually, I was walking around it.
Oh, okay,
Okay, because I parked here, she was here.
okay.
Okay, so I just checked for placards, plain and simple. And she inquired about what was going on.
Okay.
And that's when I told her, about the handicap spots. That's
What did you tell her?
I said, it's not very polite to park here when there's other people who need to use this. She says, is it affecting you directly? I said, if my mother-in-law rolls in, yes, it will be. So, there's nothing, there was none of that between us at all.
Okay,
No, nothing. It was just heated words, that's all. About
Okay.
how I was speaking to her, I guess.
okay.
She said, what do I have to do to get my man? I said, well, what's gonna happen then? And a little more arguing back and forth, and I never saw what hit me from
She was the driver of the
I just asked her to move the car, he recalled. But those words, simple as they seemed, lit the fuse. One unexpected punch, and everything spiraled out of control.
She was in the car, she was the only person in the car
All right.
that I know of.
You didn't see anybody else on the car?
Tinted windows, it was dark,
Okay.
couldn't see through.
All right. So you guys are talking?
Yeah, exactly. She's out of the car by this time.
Okay.
Standing next to it, that's all.
Okay.
And I got hit from the left side and thrown straight backwards in line with her car.
Okay.
So if you saw the two white ladder lines next to the thing, that's where I was standing. Okay. so I went almost straight back after I got hit.
What do you mean hit?
I was standing like this talking to her.
Okay.
I was hit from right here. The shoulder was pulled in front of me, and then I was,
Oh, okay.
and then
All
I
right.
hit the ground.
Okay.
Okay, I'm pretty sure.
We'll get somebody to take pictures of all
Yeah,
that.
I'm not worried about that too much, but I'm pretty sure I landed my wrist under my gun, actually. That's how I landed, because that's hurting like a son of a bitch now.
So you landed on the pavement?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was on the ground.
So-
So that time I had to put hand down to get hand out from underneath. As I come out, I start drawing my weapon. As I start leveling off my weapon, he makes his next step towards me, and 21-foot rule. I'm on the ground already.
Right. Okay.
It happened so fast, and that was that.
Did he say anything to you?
Negative. Not a word.
Okay. Did you say anything to him?
No.
Like back up? or-
No.
Okay. So you draw your weapon. Talk to me about that from.
Well, the way I was able to draw it, I couldn't level it with one hand, so I had to eventually try and bring my left around for support.
Okay.
And he made his step towards me, and that was that.
How many steps did he make towards
Just
you?
one step.
Okay. And then that was that. Talk to me about that. What do you do from there?
I made sure there's no other threat around him because it spun him a little bit, and he ran into the store. Immediate threat gone. I did have her as a potential.
So I mean beforehand, before you fired the gun.
Ask me the
See,
question.
before you fired the gun,
Yes.
once you pull the gun out,
Yes.
okay, you said he stepped towards you?
Yeah.
Because
He
I don't
made
want to
one
put
more
any words-
step. Right. He made one more step towards me.
And then what do you do?
I didn't say a word. Gun
Okay.
was already out.
Okay, what do you do?
Fire my weapon.
How many times you fire the
One
weapon?
time, sir.
Okay, so you fire the weapon and then basically just scan?
I ended up standing up, made sure all the threats were cleared, reholstered my weapon.
Okay. All right, so he didn't come back at you again or anything like
Not
that?
after he left
Where did he go?
into the store.
Okay. Did you strike him?
No,
No, I mean with a gun.
no, I don't know. I
Okay.
assume so, yes, because there was an ambulance there.
Okay, so you don't know if you hit him?
I know nothing, but I would assume so.
Okay.
After the shot, Drejka calmly reholstered his gun and removed himself from the situation, but he didn't run. He returned to his car, secured the weapon, and waited for police, as if he'd done nothing wrong.
All right, so what do you do? Talk me from there after you reholster your weapon. What do you
After I reholster my weapon, everything's clear. Somebody screaming about hurt kids. Somebody screaming about hurt kids. Somebody thought they were in the car. So I said everybody's inside, see if you can get her to unlock the car.
Mhm.
And that was it. All I remember is screaming about kids.
Okay. What do you do from after you hear somebody talking about our kids and stuff?
Everything's all, well, I asked one person to go, see if she could unlock her car from the inside, and then I decided to extricate myself from the situation completely and just back to my vehicle and wait for you. So I took my firearm out, unloaded it, locked it, left it in the car. And
What do you mean you locked the back?
Yes.
Okay.
Unloaded it, locked it back, waited for you.
Okay. Did you unload mag or anything like that? Or?
No, God,
Okay.
no. Just
All
the
right.
one that was in the pipe.
Okay. So where did you store the weapon at?
After,
Inside the vehicle.
oh, it was in my holster.
Okay. Where did you put the gun at? Though?
Right on top of the center console.
Okay, on top of the center console. What do you do from there?
Wait for you.
Okay. Do you make any statements to anybody?
Negative.
Okay, on the parking lot?
Other than telling people it's probably not a good idea to be in here right now.
Okay.
Customers pulling in now. I spoke to no one else.
Okay. All right.
Well, I did inquire if he had his cameras on because I know he's got 9 cameras in that place.
You inquired to who?
The clerk through the door.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he was on the phone with someone.
Okay, so did you make contact with him? You walked up to the store and make contact?
I walked up to start through the door,
Okay.
and he nodded yes. And
Okay.
that was the end of that because I really want somebody to look at those tapes. It should have everything.
Okay. I'm sure they do. So after all this happens, deputies show up, I'm assuming?
Oh, yes.
Okay. You've been advised of your rights?
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna kind of slow it down a little bit and kind of, because I'm gonna be asking specific questions about the incident. And again, just like you were, just be truthful with me.
When asked why he didn't call the police first, Drejka shook his head. To him, justice wasn't in a phone call. It was in his eyes and the gun he believed would do what was right.
And just because we got to kind of dot our I's and cross our T's, exactly what happened. I know you kind of went through it a little fast or whatever, so we're going to just go back a little bit. Is that okay?
Whatever you need.
All right. Appreciate it, Michael. So you get to the store.
Yes.
Where do you park your car?
Directly next to the last parking space.
You know, north, east, south, west?
Facing south.
Okay, so your car is facing south?
Yeah,
in the
front
last
store, in the last spot.
It's kind of furthest to the west, right?
Furthest to the west,
Okay.
correct.
And you're pointing to the front, you okay?
It just twinges, that's all.
Okay. So you're pointing to the front of the store, your vehicle?
Yeah, south.
What type of vehicle do you drive, sir?
06 Toyota 4Runner,
Okay. What color is it?
silver.
Okay. All right. So you park there, you exit your vehicle to, like you normally do, go inside the store.
Sure.
You always park up front like that?
Sometimes I'll park inside if there's nobody.
Okay. On the west
There's
side?
There's two parking spots down past the handicap spot right there.
Okay.
Sometimes
Like
nobody
by the
uses it.
bathroom area?
You got it.
Okay. So you exit your vehicle,
Mhm.
right? Like you always do, and you're getting ready to walk in the store.
Yeah.
And what do you see from there?
No placard on the front of the car, because
What-
I have to walk by the car to,
So you approach the vehicle?
front of the vehicle, yeah.
Okay. And your intention's on walking around the cars to look for placards?
Always, yeah.
Okay. Where do you
usually
normally
take pictures if there's,
Okay. You take pictures if you don't see no placards, or you
Correct.
okay. Where do you normally look for placards?
license plate, windshield, and the front.
Okay.
See if there's a front license plate or anything.
When you approached the vehicle, did you make eye contact with the driver?
I couldn't see the driver. The windows are so dark.
Okay.
I didn't know anybody was in the car.
Right.
Truthfully.
So her window wasn't rolled down?
No,
The
not
driver's
at the
side?
time, no.
Okay. So you start walking around the car?
Yeah, I walked from the front to the back and then just back up again. And
Okay.
I took no pictures. I just, would
Sure.
assume would go and keep going. But then the window came down.
Was the car running?
I couldn't tell. It's so quiet.
Okay.
These damn cars. It doesn't sound anything like mine, which is
Alright.
like a.
So then when you come back around, is the window rolled down at that point?
No, only after I get back up in front and she on my way into the store and she asked me,
So she rolls her window down?
Yes, sir.
Do you make verbal contact with her first, or did
She made verbal contact with me first, and
what
I
was her-
explained what I did. Asked me what I was doing, of course.
Okay,
And
so she asked you what? What are you doing?
what are
Walking
you
around
doing?
my car?
Yeah, I
And
said,
you said-
I'm looking for handicap placards,
Okay,
And then it ensued with, well, what's that matter
So-
to you?
okay.
And,
so when she rolls her window down, she says, hey, what are you doing? How far are you away from the car?
to the front of the car.
Okay, so you're standing at the front?
Yeah, about the front of the car, which is the
Are
edge
you
of
on
the
the curb?
sidewalk. Yeah.
Okay, so you're on the sidewalk?
Yeah, I'm not exactly in front of the car. I'm on the sidewalk at the front of the car.
Okay,
The confrontation with Jacobs started as a casual reminder, but tone, glances, and invisible bias turned those words into something she couldn't ignore and something he wouldn't back down from.
so after you start talking to her, do you approach the driver's side of the car?
Yeah, just of course I don't want to yell back and
Right,
forth.
that's-
yeah.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
So how far do you approach the vehicle,
I'm,
distance-wise, approximately?
God, it's gonna be. She's in the car. And it's
Let's say I'm the driver.
She can probably smell your breath.
Okay.
After a while, it's not like I was leaning in her car or anything.
Hopefully you can't smell my breath.
Oh yeah, hopefully you can't smell mine.
So can you show me how far, let's say I'm her, how far do you come up to her?
By the window.
Okay, so a couple feet.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
gonna encroach into her car.
All right. So you walk up to her car and you say, I was looking for
Mm-hmm.
handicap placards.
Correct.
And then what did she say?
What's it matter to you? I said, well, it wouldn't matter to me unless my mother-in-law showed up right now and needed a place to park.
But it does matter to you because somebody's parked there.
At that moment, yeah.
Are you sure?
So, yeah.
And your mother-in-law wasn't in the car?
No.
Okay.
She asked me what was the matter. I gave her a hypothetical.
Was there anybody in the car, in your vehicle?
Negative.
That was
Just me.
that's disabled or anything like that?
During
Okay. So you tell her if my mother-in-law was here.
Right.
Okay.
That's the way she was leaning. Yeah.
Right.
That's all. So
Okay.
I gave her an example.
Was she a little heated?
Very.
Okay. So you guys start having a discussion back
Yeah, a
and
little
forth?
heated discussion back and forth, definitely.
All right. So tell me a little bit about that.
It's exactly about the same thing. We're going back about the
I know, but
same
exactly what was said.
I couldn't even. Oh, the thing I remember her saying is, "Do I have to get my man?" And I said, "Well, what's that mean? Are we going to fight?"
Okay.
Well,
But what were
I
you,
guess so was her answer.
okay.
Uh,
What were you saying to her though?
it's all about the placards.
Okay. That
All
you don't
about
have
the
placards?
No, all about the space, not the placards
Okay.
per se, but the space.
Did you ask her to move?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you say, hey, I'm gonna call the police?
No, I did not say that at first. I'm not going to bring that up. I
Okay.
thought a simple courtesy would do.
So you asked her to move?
Courtesy, yes.
Okay. And what did she say?
Who are you talking to me like this? Who do you think you are?
Okay. Kind of mind your own business?
You got it.
Okay. Did she say mind your own business? Because I don't want to put words in your
Negative.
mouth. Okay. So basically, you guys have a heated conversation, right? And you're standing that close to her car, and she mentions her man, because again,
No man in the car. I don't know of any man.
okay.
Whatever. All I hear is it mentioned.
Do you want me to get your man? That's exactly what she said.
No, she said, "Do you want me to get my man?"
My man. I'm sorry.
When the man charged, Drejka never saw his face, never heard a threat. He only felt the blow, and his survival instinct kicked in. He drew his gun. No warning, just reaction.
I'm sorry.
Yes, that's
So-
exactly what she said.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, Mike. At any time and point, because we all know parking in a handicap spot without placards is illegal, correct?
Oh, yeah, but that's not why I ask people. I can't.
Sure. Right. And I get that. But at any time and point when you saw the vehicle, you checked the vehicle for handicap placards?
Of course.
Okay. You didn't see no handicap placards? At any time and point when you noticed that, why wouldn't you pick up the phone and contact law enforcement?
There it is. Here she comes. Wait a minute. Nah, I can't even remember what she said there.
Okay.
Because all we were having was a verbal argument
Okay.
between two people.
Right.
I didn't know about a third person.
Okay.
I was literally blindsided
Sure,
and
why would you?
tackled to the ground.
Right. But wouldn't it be best, you think, to call law enforcement and say, hey, there's somebody illegally parked?
It's not going to help. She'll leave.
Okay. Well, she may not
They
know.
always do.
Well, she may not know that you called if you walked away, right?
True. Very true.
I mean,
If this was an argument.
I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm just,
No.
I'm asking you, a question. So you agree with that?
Yeah, with the woman.
Okay. So you guys are bickering back and forth. Next thing you know, you get pushed.
I'm blind. Pushed nothing. Tackled. I'm
Okay.
blindsided, dude.
Okay.
I'm on the ground hard.
So he shoved you pretty hard.
No, for what it felt like is he come running at me.
Okay. Like full force.
Dude, I haven't been hit like that since I was in my 20s.
Okay. All right. So he shoves you to the ground. You fall to the ground.
Correct.
Okay.
Slightly, dude. Not very. Slightly.
Okay. Do you hit your head?
Don't know. Don't feel anything.
Okay.
Don't know.
So you don't know if
it's sideways like this. No, this landed under my gun. Okay, so I landed on my wrist, on my gun.
Okay.
Had to reach over to extract my hand.
To push yourself
To
back.
push myself up off of that. And as I'm reaching and pulling around, he's standing in front of me. As I come up, he's taking his step towards me.
Okay. Now let's discuss that. If you don't mind, could you sit on the ground real quick for me?
That's where I was.
I don't want you to hurt it.
No.
Okay.
We do.
So you're on the ground, right?
I'm on the ground like this.
Okay. How far is the guy away?
Front of the car.
He's at the front of the car?
Front of the
So he's on
car.
that sidewalk, kind of curb area.
No, he's in front of the car, off the sidewalk.
Okay. Right on the edge.
You got it.
So how far do you think he's away from you?
I might have been right at the edge of the back of the front door.
Of the car?
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
So he's up by the front
Yes,
tire.
He's up by the front tires. No, further than that, man.
Further than this.
Further than that, man.
Okay.
I was back further. He had to be further than that.
Okay. So he's about this far,
Yeah.
maybe even further.
And as I come up this way,
Police reviewed the footage. McLaughlin had stepped back, not forward. But in Drejka's mind, reality blurred with fear. He didn't see restraint. He saw a threat, imagined and irreversible.
because I have to come up off my hand. All right. I bring the gun out with me. And as I'm coming back this way, I can't support it, so I hit this.
Okay.
And as
What does he do?
as I come out like this, he's taking his step.
Okay. Taking a step?
Taking his steps towards me.
Okay. How close does he get to you before you fire the gun?
Maybe to the front tire.
So show me where. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay, so right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Was he charging after you?
2 steps running.
Okay. Well, you're saying he was running?
Well, it would have been running when he got out of behind the car.
Okay. All
I
right.
gotta get
Okay. Yeah, I don't want you to hurt yourself.
Now,
You
What
need
did you
help?
think then, Mike?
say again,
What
bud?
did you think when that happened?
I've never been in that situation ever. I thought kicks were coming.
Okay.
So you thought he was gonna?
I thought kicks were coming, or at least he'd be on
You
top
need-
of
you
me.
need
No,
help?
I got it.
Okay.
Left arm's for the front.
So you're thinking he's gonna come kick you?
I'm thinking he's coming to do the rest of it.
Did you see him with a firearm?
No, sir, I didn't see him with anything.
Okay. What do you mean the rest of it?
Whatever beating was coming after
Okay.
that.
So you thought he was gonna beat you and stuff?
You're not kidding.
Okay. All right. So
If he can't hit me that hard to begin with from blindside from the get-go, what else should I expect?
okay. All right. So you're on the ground. You said he was running at you, but he only took like a step.
He would have if he had cleared that and come around towards me again with
Right.
that second foot.
Okay. So he only made one step.
He barely made the second step before I pulled the trigger.
Okay. What kind of gun you got?
Glock 23.
Okay. All right. That's
40
9
cal.
Oh, 40 cal. I'm not a gun guy, so I can't keep track. So you know how many rounds you had in the mag, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, sure do. There should be 13 left in that bag right there.
So it was fully loaded.
One in the pipe.
Okay. All right. Yeah, 13, 14 rounds. Okay.
Why did you think the guy was gonna beat you?
Because I just got blindsided out of nowhere. Why? What else would I think?
Oh, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I've never been in that situation before. First thing I think, if I'm getting hit like that, somebody's coming at me for more.
Okay.
What did the female do at that point?
The female just started screaming
Was she in the car or out of the car?
out of the car.
Okay. She's screaming that you just shot him, or
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
okay, you just hear her screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When asked why he fired, Drejka answered to save my own life. To him, a single shot wasn't violence, it was response. But the cost of that response was irreversible, a human life.
I'm not paying attention to her anymore because I moved away from her. She's not a threat to me anymore.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you a question. You mentioned early that you asked Mustafa about video and stuff like that.
Correct.
Do you think the video would show him charging it or running
It
at you?
should.
Okay.
There should be an angle right on that parking spot.
Okay. What happens if I told you that I looked at the video and in no time and point does he come running up towards you? He actually takes a step back.
I would disagree.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would disagree in a heartbeat.
Okay. All right. So you said after he runs in the store and stuff like that.
Did you see me get hit?
Oh yeah,
Where did
absolutely.
it come from? If you don't mind me asking, where did it come from?
Yeah, we'll get into that. But did she walks around the vehicle? Does she go anywhere? Do you see her go anywhere?
She went to the front of the store. She was inside for a while. Then she got in and moved her car.
Okay, so she came back outside the store.
She did.
Did you guys have any discussion?
The only thing I said to her was somebody's trying to see if you've got keys for your children.
Okay, all right, okay.
That is all. But after our
She don't
initial
say anything else?
No,
Okay,
not to me. No,
like
and I
start
didn't-
swearing at you or
No,
anything like that?
negative. Our argument was totally about the handicap spot.
Before she runs in the store, did she make any threats or?
I wouldn't know. I was trying to assess my own situation, sir.
Okay. Did, when the gentleman, before you fired the gun, did he make any threats towards you?
I never
he
heard
pushed
a
you?
word.
Okay. So he didn't say, I'm going to kick your ass?
Drejka's 21-feet rule defense feels like a rehearsed excuse, not a reaction. His calm recounting of the shooting is jarring. Does it show confidence or detachment? The law demands clear threats, not assumptions, and that's where his story crumbles.
Once I got hit, the only thing I heard was her, and I never heard him
What did
until
you-
he was hit, until he was shot. And then he started saying things.
What did you hear her say?
Screaming.
No, beforehand, before you shot. You said you heard her say something.
Oh no.
Okay, so no, okay. But you didn't hear him say, after he shoved you, did you hear him say anything?
Just pain, which is why I assume he was hit.
Okay. What do you mean? Can you explain?
Ow, ow.
Okay.
Yeah, and then back to the store.
Okay.
Because to me, it looked like when I shot, he was spun a little bit, and he just kept going with his momentum and went that way.
Okay. Let's kind of back up, because I'm just trying to understand. Excuse me. Before you shoot him, okay, and he had already shoved you, right? You said you thought he was going to come kick you and basically finish the job.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear him make any statements?
Negative. He never made a word.
Okay,
until
like
I
I'm
fired.
coming
Never
to
said
finish.
a word until I fired, but then he never said a word when he dumped me either.
Right. So you never said, what
No,
the hell,
sir.
dude? Okay. So you guys don't have any type of,
I barely even saw the man.
no, I mean, after he
Oh,
pushed
no.
you were on the ground,
There's
you're trying to get to your sidearm.
no talks between us
Okay.
at all.
You don't ask him, what the hell, dude? Why'd you push me?
No,
He doesn't make any statements, I'm gonna come kick your ass?
no, negative.
Okay.
Didn't say a word to me.
So he made no threats that he was gonna come finish his job?
It was an assumption, definitely.
Okay, so you just assumed he was gonna come do that?
Any smart person would.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I get it, I understand it. So, and then you shoot him, just one time, correct?
One time, sir.
Okay.
Neutralized.
And then
That's
he just neutralize it?
Neutralized, and then that's it. There's no reason to
What do you mean, can you elaborate, what do you mean neutralize?
neutralize the immediate threat.
Okay,
And then that's it. No reason to go overboard anyway.
sure, okay, I get it. And then he runs in the,
I shoot to save my own ass, and that's that.
okay, and then he runs in the store, and then by that time, fire rescue.
Everything's right.
Okay,
Everything's going
you unload your gun, you have contact with deputies.
correct.
How often do you go to that store? You said
Every day.
every day. Okay.
This wasn't Drejka's first parking lot dispute. He had previously confronted a septic truck driver over the same issue. To him, every encounter was a battle that had to be won.
You ever have any type of issues with people parking in that?
One other. That's it.
Okay. Well, can you kind of talk to me about that?
Oh yeah, that was a business, a big old septic truck parked there.
How long ago was that?
Many weeks.
Okay.
Don't know.
Like a month, maybe?
Yeah, many weeks.
Okay. Can you kind of talk to me about that?
We had an argument.
What's that?
We had an argument
So-
because he didn't like me walking around the truck taking pictures too.
Where was the truck parked?
In the handicapped spot.
Okay.
Septic tank truck.
Facing the store as well? Basically the same as the
Same
young
thing.
lady's car?
Except his was easy. They're a local company.
Sure, all right. So you were walking around the vehicle,
Yeah.
doing the same thing?
Just took pictures that time.
Okay,
Then he got out and confronted me.
okay. Talk to me about that.
Wanted to come at me. Wanted a piece of me, of course. So
Did he say that?
Yeah. Then I called his boss, and then that was over. That was it.
Anybody make any threats?
Kick your ass, motherfucker. You know.
Right, okay. Did you say that back to him, like?
There's no reason to. He's about 4 foot taller than I am.
Oh, Jesus. So you said local company, what do you mean by that?
Double A, they're right up in Dunedin,
Okay.
and their drivers do that on more than a few occasions.
Is the phone number on the side of the truck?
Sure is.
Okay.
That's one of the bad things about putting a phone number on the side of your truck.
You
That's
took-
why it was called.
Did you take a picture of the phone number or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
All right, so you called the company, you
Sure
said?
did.
Okay,
Talked with the boss.
all right.
Yep.
What did you tell the boss man?
Told the boss man where his truck was parked, all this, and how his employee was acting after I took pictures of it and such, and that was that. He said he'd work it out with his man. I said, fair enough.
Okay. Any discussion about you having a gun or anything like that?
I didn't know, God, no, there was no gut shown.
Okay. Did you have your sidearm on you at
I
that?
always have my side.
Okay. You got a CCW, I'm assuming?
Correct.
Okay, all right. There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
I'm
I've
just asking.
I've been
Okay.
carrying my whole adult life.
Yeah, I mean, I
Shit
kind of,
before that,
sure, I don't blame you. Do you go shooting a lot?
not anymore now,
Okay, when was the last time you went shooting?
years.
What kind of firearms training do you have before you got your CCW and?
Well, besides hunting, my father was a state cop for 20 years, so I've had to drill.
Oh, yeah, about you. You personally, what kind of?
Yeah,
training you had?
I trained with my dad a little bit, and
Okay.
I trained with other cops at the range, but as far as formal training, no.
Any prior military, anything like
Oh,
that?
no, negative.
Prior law enforcement?
I wasn't allowed to be a cop. He said he'd break my arm. 20 years of shift working bullshit.
Your dad said that?
Yes, sir.
What kind of drills do you?
Drejka has carried a gun nearly his entire adult life. To him, it's second nature. But that weapon turns simple confrontations into dangerous escalations with real consequences.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Reload. You know what I mean?
You ever practice from your back or anything like that in the past?
From my
You ever
butt.
practice shooting from your back in a position where you're on the ground or?
Oh, I've practiced sitting before. I've never practiced laying on my back.
Okay,
But I knew sitting would always come into play at some point in time.
all right,
Besides the fact I was a driver for Uber, so
okay.
I've never been on my back before. No.
All right.
Let me ask you a question. You had mentioned that you go to the store all the time, and you had that one incident with the septic company. Any other incidents prior to that? Do you ever have any discussion with the owner of the store?
Yeah, he saw me that day.
No, I mean about these handicaps, somebody parking in the handicap spot.
Yeah, I talked to him the day of the septic.
Okay.
Yeah, we were both-
Was that Mustafa? Is that his name?
I don't know his name because there's another guy too. And
Oh,
I
okay.
can't keep him straight.
What did you tell him?
Same thing. He saw it parked out there. I gave him the phone number, and you could see the company logo on the side of the truck.
Okay.
That was that. There's no reason. He doesn't have any reason to come out and stop people from parking in his handicap
Did you-
spot, know what I mean?
Did you ever have a discussion with the owner and stuff, saying, "Hey, you guys need to enforce this"?
No.
Okay.
That's his prerogative.
Well, I know, but I mean, clearly there's an issue with people parking there, wouldn't you say?
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not always there.
All right.
I'm
So,
not trying to get in arguments with people either, you know what I
right,
mean?
absolutely.
But when they see me doing stuff like that, they automatically think, hey, what's this guy trying to do? Fuck me?
Right.
And
Wouldn't you think that a little bit? If somebody came taking pictures around your car?
well, that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Exactly, but if somebody came taking pictures around your car, you'd probably think the same thing, right?
And I'd ask a question first instead of going with the mouth.
Well, let me,
I know better.
Let me ask this, that parking space, and this is just that parking lot in particular. There's actually other like empty parking spaces that are probably closer and have better access to the front door.
That's the only one that has access
So-
to that ramp.
In this particular situation though, if somebody can park right next to the ramp and walk around to it, does it really matter all that much?
I'm not sure where this is headed. What's this
I'm
got to
just
do with
curious
being
as to
hit from
whether or not
behind?
it's worth an argument over the parking
Yes,
space.
yes, I think it is.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, wouldn't you, instead of an argument, because you
Not
just...
an argument if you,
Right.
you know, and
A discussion.
I'm agreeing with what he just said. That's
Okay, but don't you think, instead of putting yourself...
Asked why he didn't call police, Drejka said, "They'll get there too late." But deeper down, calling was never an option, because in his mind, he was already doing the right thing.
in that type of circumstance that it may escalate because people are crazy. I mean, right? You have road rage incidents, you got people getting shot all the time, all kinds of stuff, right? So, hear me out. Wouldn't it be best, instead of putting yourself in those circumstances, to contact law enforcement and have a deputy come out there, or Clearwater Police?
Clearwater Police and I don't get along. We have some Fourth Amendment issues.
What is that? What do you mean, fourth?
Clearwater Police illegally searched my car. Well,
Okay.
you know.
How long ago was that?
Last summer.
Okay.
They,
So-
they took it upon themselves to go through my glove box when all they had to do was replace something back in my vehicle.
What was that?
My firearm.
Okay. So they took your firearm out of the vehicle?
Always.
Okay. All right. But again, back to the question, wouldn't you think it would be better, instead of putting yourself in that type of circumstance that could escalate?
Okay. What does this have to do with
I'm just asking.
me being on my back and?
That does. You told me you were on your back and stuff, but I'm just saying, don't you think that it would be best to notify law enforcement? You said you don't like to argue. You said you don't like to have confrontations. When did you-
Point taken, but
Okay.
we're straying a bit off course, I think.
No, we'll get back to that, but I'm just asking you a simple question. Do you think it would be best to call law enforcement and have them address that issue?
You'll never make it.
Okay, because the person what? Will
They
be-
leave.
Okay,
They'll never make it.
all right, so it's,
Unless you guys are literally parked there, do you really think
Sometimes
you're
we are,
gonna
though.
make it?
Sometimes we're
Right.
real close.
Right, but you're not gonna drop an important something for.
Sure.
Okay, why bother you with stupid things like that?
okay,
I'm sorry,
I'll ask
I'm not after being a justice kind of guy, but when I just say something to a person about being parked there, I don't expect it to go where it went.
so that's why you don't call, because by the time you call,
Always, man.
they'll be gone.
They always are.
Okay.
I'll ask a related question though. When you take the pictures, what are your plans with the pictures? Like,
To show his boss.
What's the purpose in taking?
That's
pictures?
for his boss.
Do you take pictures of other people's cars though?
No, actually,
Like if
no,
you
it's
see-
just,
if you see
just
cars-
commercial. I didn't want to take a picture of their cars, no reason to. I'm not going to turn them into anybody. I just want to ask them if they think it's right to be parked where they're parked.
Okay. Do you understand that? I mean, does it ever go through your mind that when you're going up and talking to these people and informing them of them being parked in a handicapped spot, that they might not take that right? That this might go sideways a little bit?
Well, sure, but that's why I take precautions as well.
Like what? What kind of precautions?
Would you approach them without a gun? The detective asked. Drejka hesitated. That weapon wasn't just for defense. It gave him the courage to do what most people would avoid.
I'm a very careful person, and I have a permit.
Okay. Do you think you'd go knock on these people's, or I shouldn't say knock on these people's
Yeah,
doors.
I
Do you
don't
think you'd go
confront
confront them?
anyone
I
right
mean,
to their
it's-
face.
It's approaching, so we use the term approach instead of confront.
Okay, but it is up to the person who's in the car to actually confront.
If you go up to somebody and approach them, they could take that as being confrontational. You can't really interpret how
That
people are
would
going to
make
take it.
them confrontational.
But if you go up to somebody and you approach them about being parked in a handicapped spot, do you think you'd be willing to do that and take that risk if you didn't take these precautions? Because you don't know how people are going to react.
I've been carrying a gun most of my adult life, so I can't really answer that in a way that would satisfy you.
Okay.
You know
Well,
what
I mean, would you approach these people if you didn't?
Once again, I don't know. I would have to say yeah,
Okay.
but I wouldn't know because, like I said,
You always carry.
I've always carried a firearm.
Okay. Since how long? How long have you carried it?
I was 22,
How old are you now?
48, 47. Sorry, I'll be 48 in August.
Me too. So, and we'll dive back into the whole him shoving you and stuff like that.
I think that's where it all lies.
Sure, and the video and everything like that. If let's say on the video, I watch the video, or whatever, and he doesn't approach you or make any steps towards you like you indicated.
Exactly what I saw, though.
Okay, so you saw him come towards you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what happens if he didn't come towards you? Would you still
Hell
fire
no.
around?
There's no reason to. If he's retreating, then I don't need to use my firearm.
What if he's just standing still?
I still don't need to use my firearm.
All right. Did you see, when you saw this guy after he pushed you, did you see anything on his face? Did you see any facial expressions or anything?
Negative. All
No.
I saw was a man trying to do me.
What were his hands doing? Could you see that?
I have no clue. Okay?
Were you able to see him? Were you able to see the guy's hands?
I didn't see his hands per se, and I didn't see his face at all. I don't know what he looks like.
Could you see his legs, his feet, anything like that?
I might have seen his legs. I know he was a black guy, that's it. Or maybe his arms, I'm not sure.
Could you see anything that he was doing other than...
Watching his feet, watching his hips.
All right. So if he was standing still, you would have seen no reason to
No,
pull the
sir.
trigger. Okay.
If he hadn't have twitched, I never would have pulled that trigger.
When that gun was out, did you make the decision to shoot when you pulled the gun out, or was that
Negative.
decision made afterwards?
Negative decision I made as soon as he moved.
Okay. Did you remember having time to think and process
No
things?
time to think.
But you
As
hadn't
soon as
made...
that gun was out, the twitch goes. That's it.
Okay. But you said you actually pulled the gun out before you made the decision to shoot, right?
A single twitch from McLaughlin, and Drejka fired. No clear threat, no weapon, no warning, just a reaction based on what he believed might happen. But the result was irreversible.
I'm not pulling it out with the intention of pulling the trigger.
Okay.
Okay, if I come up on target and I need to shoot, I'm shooting.
If you would have pulled that gun, between the time you pulled that gun, if you had been on your back and you pulled that gun and you had it on him, if he would have been standing still, do you think that trigger would have gotten pulled?
No.
Did you have time to really look at him and tell that he was coming towards you?
The feet said he was coming towards me, and
Okay.
so did the hips.
What kind of twitch was it?
The hip twitch. Right foot comes around this way like he's going to come right past that car thing, and that was that.
How much time do you think it was between when you pulled that gun out and when you
I don't
actually
know.
pulled the trigger?
I don't know.
How much time did it seem like to you?
It seemed like a split second.
Okay.
All right, Michael, we'll be right back. You gotta use the restroom or anything?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Need more water, partner? Okay. We'll be right back, all right?
We gotta look at a few things and see if, kind of place them together with what you're telling us, all right?
Michael?
Yeah.
How you doing, sir? All right. So, we spoke before, I'm Detective Shields of the Sheriff's Office. We're here to do a buccal swab, which is a swabbing of your cheeks, if you consent to it. We're gonna go over a consent form here. And then we're gonna do some overall photographs of your injuries and overall photographs of you. And, well, it's just the swab is just to collect any DNA or anything like that that might go along with this incident here. Let me grab one that's not written on already. You have one?
And you need to be taking my DNA, why?
Sir?
You need to be taking my DNA, why?
Well, I'm gonna go over the form with you, and if you, it's a consensual buccal
I was
swab.
just curious.
Yes, sir. Just because you're involved with this incident, we wanna see if there's any, DNA that comes up with matching on the gun, or what, you know, all that good stuff.
I hope not. That was a Dover, Delaware cop's gun.
Sir?
I said, I hope not. That was a Dover, Delaware cop's gun.
Oh, really? All right, excuse me for one moment, let me make sure.
George Yankee Alpha 175. Yeah, the gentleman left that here.
Okay, thank you.
The video evidence contradicts Drejka's fear, showing the victim stepping back. Yet he clings to his narrative. It's a stark reminder. Fear can distort reality, but a gun makes that distortion deadly. When does self-defense become an overreach?
I, and then know your name, acknowledge that I am freely and voluntarily providing this written consent for law enforcement to take the buccal swab. The law enforcement personnel have not made any threats or promises of any kind to induce me to give this consent. I have had the opportunity to ask questions and consult with a lawyer if I so desired. Having been fully informed, I authorize law enforcement to take my saliva samples, which is the buccal swabs, from my person on or before today's date. If you agree to that, are you agreeing to that?
What happens if I don't?
You don't, and we don't collect it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason really.
Okay?
Yeah, truthfully.
So you're,
I mean, you already know I'm involved with this. So.
yes, of course, but,
Which is what you explained that this would be for.
yes, sir.
So if you already know, then I don't think I need to do that.
Okay. Do you want time to consult with an attorney?
Tonight, that's not.
Well, no, I'm not saying tonight. I'm just saying before you consent
Oh, I
to
was
this, or
already-
if at all possible, to consent to it.
Yeah, I always love that.
Okay. So you're refusing at this time?
Yeah, tonight.
Okay.
That's okay. We'll do everything else if there's anything
Okay.
else. I mean, there's no question that I am who, you know.
Sure. So we have at 9:17 p.m. Yes, sir.
Turns out it's necessary. Well, then I will be more than happy.
I'm just putting on here that 9:17 p.m. you refused, and I've signed it as a witness and my badge number, okay?
All right.
And then we're gonna do some overall photographs of you, sir, and of any injuries that you may have, okay? So if you stand up right here for me, sir. These are our forensics technicians, forensic specialists that work here at the sheriff's office, and they're gonna get some overall stuff.
The shirt goes back on for photos. Every tear and scuff is documented. It's no longer just clothing, it's a silent witness to the moment that changed everything.
Michael, if you just stand up right here, I'll just take some overall photographs of you.
Actually, would you, one second, would you be able to put the shirt back
Back
on?
on?
Because you had that on at the time.
Oh, yeah, I
If
just
we just did, we can
basically
take it off.
trying to unbutton it.
No,
so
I
it looked like a
understand.
slob.
That's all right.
I'm just gonna get one of your face. It's gonna be a bright flash. Okay, now if you turn and face the wall, just gonna get your side. And can you turn and face the back so I can get your back? Thank you. All right, and yep, thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna see, where were your injuries? You had
You
one.
can take the shirt,
You
Michael.
can take
Now,
the
this is basically it as far as noticeable injuries. Everything else is just muscular and on the inside.
Okay,
So as far as the only visible one, that's it.
okay, you can take your shirt off by the detective. So.
I believe so.
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna get this one. So put a scale up next to it. I'm gonna take a photo of your tattoo as well, okay?
One under the sleeve.
Okay, under the sleeve? Okay, if you lift it up.
Casey, get this right here too.
The abrasion on the
The
back.
abrasion.
Oh, okay, okay. I see this abrasion back here. Do you mind holding it? Yeah, I'll hold it. I got a little shot of it. Good, thanks.
Did you get tat upper arm?
This one?
Yeah, and the other one also on
No,
this upper
nothing
arm.
on the other upper arm. No.
Did you get this
Just
one?
this.
That
Oh, is
one's
there one up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
I was
okay.
trying to show you.
I think I did.
Yes.
Okay. And then we'll just go to his legs.
Okay.
His tattoo reads Madness and Sadness, a personal mark now laid bare in a criminal investigation. Perhaps that chaos and sorrow shaped how he reacted when things spiraled.
Do you mind lifting up your pant leg here? So I get a photo of this one. Oh, I know your arm hurts.
That's okay.
It goes together. What does that say in your tattoo?
Madness and sadness. Her initials were SAD, mine are MAD.
Ah, that's cool. Do you have any on your back? Those are
No,
it?
no,
Okay.
that's it.
Do you want me to do like with the shirt off and everything?
There's no need to do,
I don't believe so.
No.
Do you feel like there's any injuries on your back or
Well, just-
anything?
No,
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 we'll
just
do it
the
now.
shoulder where I landed, and obviously.
actually, do you have
see
any marks on this shoulder?
on the shirt probably?
Just the
but on
shirt?
yeah, on the
Can we
back,
just
I
go
don't
ahead and
think
take
there.
a peek? Just lift up your
There you go.
shirt.
I don't think I do.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, just,
I don't really see anything. You have a scar on your back. Okay. Okay, thank you. All right, so what's on your hand right here?
That's going to be from the handcuffs.
Okay, we'll just go ahead and document that also. Yeah, that,
Those
okay,
two.
yeah, we'll just document that as well. Sorry.
Okay.
Do you have anything on that wrist?
No.
No?
Not really.
Okay, let's do this one. Okay, can you flip it over for us? Oh, yeah, there's a little mark right there. Thank you. Okay, go ahead and have a seat again. Thank you. I'm just gonna actually check your shirt out and see if there's a mark on the shoulder area. That was just some, scuff marks right there.
oh,
It's right there, yeah. Do you want me to put this back? Okay, would you mind doing me a favor and standing back up and putting this back on, and we can document it as you are wearing it, please?
Thank you.
Oops, sorry.
It's okay.
There you go.
Appreciate
Okay, we'll start with the front. And we'll work with, oh, the tear right there. Sorry.
And then it's something new from today, sir? The rip?
Yes, it is. This was a very good shirt.
Every crease, stain, and puncture in his clothing is carefully photographed. Truth won't just come from words, but from threads, fibers, and the silent story they carry.
Alright, turn around.
Oh, and the hip sleeve.
Right, your sleeve.
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Let me consult with Detective Moffett and take the shirt as any sort of evidence. So I don't know if you guys talked about that before.
We did, and we also need to do a GSR of the hands. And Michael, we're just going to observe your clothing for any possible blood. If there's any possible blood on your clothing, then we're going to have to collect that as well. Okay.
All of it?
Whatever it may be.
We still need to kind of consult.
Just wondering, that's all.
Sure.
Yeah. We'll give you like
No,
a
yeah,
suit
we'll-
or something.
Alright, if you want to stand up again for us, sorry.
We can just go back against the wall. Thank
Yeah.
you.
There's something on his left sleeve, this side.
Left?
A little dark mark.
I saw that, but
Oh, ink stain.
yeah, that's what I
Okay.
looked from your pen.
Yep.
Okay. Can you just put your arms out by your side for me? Was this closed, like buttoned, or was it hanging open?
No, it was not buttoned. It was
Okay.
open. Don't know if it was hanging open, but it was not buttoned.
Okay. See a little something right there. We'll get that. It's a hole. Could you turn and face that wall for me, please? Okay, can you turn and face this wall over here to my right?
Asked if he washed his hands, Drejka says only water, no soap. But water can't erase the trace of a bullet once fired, or the evidence that follows a fatal shot.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna have you just photograph this little area right here. Yeah. Oh, that's actually a hole. Oh, yeah, it's a little hole.
Okay.
It looked like a little, before you stretched it, it looked like a little red mark. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't see anything that's. I'll just grab a couple photos of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe if I can get this open.
Mm-hmm.
Get it open eventually. Now I have to ask you a bunch of fun questions. What's your full name? Middle name included.
Michael Andrew Drejka.
D-R-A-J.
Drejka.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Nobody's been able to spell it my entire life.
And are you right or left-handed?
Right.
Have you washed your hands since the incident?
Unfortunately, they didn't tell me quick enough in the bathroom when I went here the first time. It was a
Okay.
habit, and I almost got to washing them, but
But you didn't?
we stopped and just threw the water off my hands.
Okay, so there was water on it, but you no soap or anything?
Yeah,
Okay.
just on the inside.
Okay.
Nothing out here.
Okay. And what's your occupation?
Retired.
You're retired, okay. And what are your hobbies?
I can't afford hobbies anymore.
Okay. Alrighty. And what have you done, like what are your activities since the incident and now?
He didn't call 911, didn't ask for help. Instead, he simply waited. Not a man fleeing the scene, but not one showing regret either. Just someone waiting for judgment.
Been involved with you folks.
Okay. Did you call 911?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No,
Okay.
I
Someone else
went into
did?
this door and I imagine that was taken care of very quickly.
Okay. Okay. And did you ride in an ambulance or anything? Were you injured? Okay. They just brought you straight here?
Oh, yeah, after sitting there for a while. Yeah.
Okay. After sitting at the
Yeah, I didn't go
gas
anywhere
station?
else but
Okay.
from there to here.
Okay. Alrighty. Got two swabs. I'm going to do both of your hands. Right hand first. You just kind of want to hold it up like this on the table.
That's better.
I know it hurts. I'm sorry.
You got it. We already know it's there, so this is
Mm-hmm.
a moot point.
Yeah. It's just, procedure. Yeah. I just need to get your palm. I know if it hurts, I can just.
That's all right, I got you.
Shall I hum a tune?
Yes, please. Okay. Alright, and we're all set with that.
I'm happy.
Put your time on there, 21:30.
Thank you.
We'll just check it.
Yes,
Yeah,
gonna
we're
take
gonna,
that.
yeah, I'm gonna photograph it. 21:30, is it?
21.
Yeah, 21:30.
You said you're retired, Michael. What kind of work did you do before?
Line clearance tree trimming, means I cut trees around the power lines.
Oh,
So I spent many, many weeks here in Florida before I finally moved here.
where did you live prior to moving here?
Delawarean, born and raised, if you can believe it, a little tiny state up there, you know.
Right next to Rhode Island.
First one to ratify the Constitution, you know.
Drejka once trimmed trees near power lines, dangerous work demanding split-second reflexes. Maybe those instincts never left him, but this time he mistook danger for a man.
Tired of waiting for you.
Get all sides like the shoe we did earlier. Please, thank you. Very good.
Hats are always dirty. Is there a size or anything?
No, it doesn't
One
matter.
size fits all.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay.
Okay. Very good. And that was a no on the buckle?
Correct.
Okay.
So we will
All right, we're going to
step outside.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, hang out for me, Michael. Hang out for a few. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Son, bitch, that hurts.
Sorry, man. You good on water and stuff like that? Okay.
I've been, people with just here, so I've been.
Alright. Rockport's. You know Rockport's went out of business?
No.
Yeah. I know, right?
This is gonna be my last pick.
It's depressing, isn't it?
Like, we just want to talk to you, kind of seal up a few things and go over a few more things. Is that all right? Just to go over, just kind of clarify things.
Clarify away.
All right. If you don't mind me asking, kind of what type of activities do you do? Do you do any like karate or anything?
No,
Okay.
I am definitely not that active, and I am not in that good health
Oh.
to be that active.
I'm not active either. What's your health issues, or you got health?
I've got GERD. I've got some breathing problems from my smoking over the years, and that's really about as far serious goes. Cholesterol was serious, but under
How long?
control. Under control.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. How long ago did you retire?
2007.
Drejka says he's not in good health. GERD, shortness of breath, 2 packs a day. but nothing serious enough to make a shove life-threatening. This weakens the fear for life argument.
2007. Where from, if you don't mind me asking?
Asplund Tree Expert, ASPLUNDH.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
ASPLUNDH. Tree Experts.
What is that, if you don't mind?
Asplund.
No, I mean, what did you do? What did you do there?
Oh, line clearance tree trimmer. They are the original company that started trimming trees for power companies back in 1928.
You're a brave man. You would climb trees and stuff like that? Holy crap. And that's, you retired in 2007?
2007. My mother died and left me a little, and
Sorry to hear that.
yeah, me too. It's not the way you want to get it.
Yeah. But in regards to your medical status, stuff like that, I mean, you're in good shape for the most part?
It's just the breathing. I've been smoking for so damn long, I can't get up
Still smoke?
Yeah. Almost 2 packs a day.
Okay. So what, I mean, are you take asthma medicine and stuff like that, or?
No, negative.
You're not asthmatic?
No, I am not.
Okay. Or suffer from
Maybe a
asthma?
little pre-COPD, but not asthmatic.
Oh, okay.
No.
Do you do anything since you've been retired? I mean, you do any activities?
We used to go boating, and then we sold the boats. We used to go motorcycling, and then we sold the motorcycles. And now it's basically just time for me to go back to work, and she's still working.
Okay.
My wife.
Well, what do you do on a daily basis? Just
Right
hang
now,
out?
packing.
Doing what, I'm sorry?
Packing.
What do you mean packing?
We have to move.
Okay. You mind if I ask you why you gotta move?
Yeah. These our neighbors, our landlord. He just had our grandson,
Okay.
and he's taking our house and folding it into his business, which is based right next door at his house.
Okay.
So yeah, we knew this has been coming for a couple years now.
All right.
We've been there almost 8 years.
You gonna stay in the area, or?
We can't afford to.
Okay. Yeah, Pinellas County's,
It's tough.
yeah.
Well, we had a help and deal, so but that's over.
We're gonna kind of bounce back to the incident, okay, a little bit.
Yeah, you keep bouncing a lot.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I gotta
A
have
long
it.
day.
No, it's not.
So, in regards to the incident at the store, you had mentioned early on when I was talking to you about after he shoved you, okay, and you fell to the
Shove
ground.
me, nothing.
Well, I mean,
A shove is somebody standing in front of somebody and pushing their arms out straight. This felt like I was run at and tackled.
okay, all right. So after he tackles you or whatever, in your words, you fall to the ground, correct?
Very cool.
Okay, because I don't want to put words in your mouth. And then,
When I fell, I didn't know what was happening, he says. That uncertainty became his excuse for drawing a weapon. But imagined fear is not the same as a real, immediate threat.
you're working on getting your firearm out because of what reason?
I laid on it when I fell.
Okay, but you're working on trying to get your firearm out.
I had to drag it out from under me.
For what reason, though?
If you had just been blindsided with no idea who was attacking you, would your firearm be out next move you made?
Probably so. I mean, I don't
That's
know.
exactly
It's hard for
why.
me to make that.
That's exactly
It's an
why.
opinion. Okay. So,
No, I don't think
You
so.
thought-
That's training.
okay. When you looked up and you see him, what's going through your mind?
What's going through my mind is he coming back at me again?
Okay. To do what? What did you think he was going to do?
Thinking he's going to finish what the hell he just started.
Okay. And to you, like, what do you mean? Kind of elaborate a little bit on the finishing.
I have no clue because he didn't do anything.
Right.
I can't elaborate on something I don't know about.
What do you think he was going to do?
No clue. Come after me again. That's
Okay.
about it. What he would have done is just pure conjecture.
All right. So did you think he was maybe going to get physical with you?
Sure.
Okay.
In a fair fight, you think you can take him?
Negative. I do not fight. Never have been a fighter.
Never?
Never.
Ever?
Ever.
Right.
I didn't even fight in school.
What kind of work are you gonna go back to doing?
It's going to have to be indoor, sales, something like that.
Got it.
Unknown as far as whatever I can get.
You still do any activities now or no? Like the
I don't
boating and stuff like that?
We have no boats. We have no motorcycles left.
All right. Do you go out and do activities or anything?
No, we can't.
Ride a
afford it.
bicycle or anything?
No, we can't afford it.
Okay.
I'm at home with my dogs.
Did you, when you looked up at this gentleman, I know it was so quick, did you see his physical build, or did any of that go through your mind?
Medium height person.
Okay. So you didn't like go through your mind, holy shit, this guy's huge, he's gonna, okay. So
Anybody can be anything.
Sure, absolutely.
Huge has nothing to do with it.
Right, no, I agree, absolutely, without a doubt. But it goes through your mind that he's coming to finish his job.
Very correct.
Okay. I mean, what do you, finish the job, what do you mean? I'm just
Whatever he started. I have no clue what he started and what his end game was.
Right, okay.
I was in the dark about that. So that makes me believe to myself I need a force multiplier because I don't know what's going on.
What do you mean a force multiplier? What is that?
Exactly what you know what a force multiplier is.
No, sir, I don't. If I did, I don't. I really don't.
Well, a force multiplier is a sidearm. Anything
Okay.
other than your hand.
Okay. All right, I got you.
A stick.
Some type of
A
weapon.
force multiplier.
Okay.
You know terminology that we don't.
He claims he's never been in a fight, but in that moment, he reached for his force multiplier, a gun, and believed it would speak louder than words ever could.
I learned it from.
Do a lot of
I
reading
learned
or-
it from the guy.
Yeah,
I seriously didn't know what that meant.
Very.
A lot of reading?
Yes.
What kind of stuff do you read?
Everything.
No, but is it like tactical stuff like
Oh,
tactics?
no, not specifically, no. And I literally mean whatever I can get my hands on, I read.
Okay.
About firearms or?
No, anything.
Okay, all right.
I know less about firearms and a whole shitload of other things in my life. But I've always been a reader.
What's your thing? Like you know the most about?
Outdoors. Just because I grew up outdoors coming up, you know, but I can't do it.
Do you need glasses or anything? Is your vision?
I just started with readers, that's it.
Okay, so you just need
One
glasses.
power.
Readers.
Yeah.
So your vision is relatively good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything past here, I'm good.
Okay. What type of medication you taking?
I am on Xanax for anxiety and 2 types of what they call Effexor. That was also for anxiety, and Trazodone for sleep because I hardly sleep.
Okay. When you go to the store, you said basically on a daily basis,
I
right?
go pick up a couple of drinks every day and just to say hey.
Well, like water?
No, I get the monsters. The white monster.
Oh, okay, the energy drinks.
Yeah. 2 of them.
How many of those do you drink a day?
2.
Okay. And you just buy
Just
2
buy
a day?
Yeah, it's like the nice thing to do during your day. It's
2
the
for-
one
I
constant.
think it's like 2 for $4.
2 for 4, yeah.
2 for 4.
It's the one constant, you know, that you do every day. It's your routine.
Sure, absolutely. Did you have a discussion with your wife about this incident?
No, I told her what happened, and that was that.
And what did you tell her?
I said there's been an incident up here at the thing, or up here at the corners.
Did you say incident, or did you say I shot somebody, or
I'm
what?
pretty sure I told her I shot somebody.
Okay.
What she said?
Oh my God, I'm on my way.
She was going to come up to the store.
Oh, she passed around a couple of times, but she wasn't able to get in the parking lot.
Yeah, just chaos.
Right, she's outside now, I think.
And I.
The man you shot is dead. The words are delivered after over an hour of questioning. Drejka simply nods, as if he expected it all along, without showing remorse.
Thank you for telling me. Nobody else would give me word on that.
So,
I did ask.
okay. You got any questions for me or anything?
Other than the standard ground thing, and I did exactly what I thought I was supposed to be doing at that time, considering what was happening to myself. No, sir, I don't think I have anything else to say.
All right, approximate time is about 2,200 hours. Interview will be concluded with Michael, pronounce your name?
Drejka.
Drejka. Oh, I didn't want to say it wrong.
That's okay, man. My whole life. Doesn't matter.
Hearing the victim's death, Drejka nods without remorse. It's chilling. His belief in his righteousness blinded him to the human cost. This moment forces us to ask, when does protecting yourself cross into taking a life unjustly?
Hey, Mike. Sorry, man. It's been a long time. I get it.
I got no complaints, man.
Okay. We're going to have
Nothing.
your wallet back.
You want this open?
Yeah, that's fine. Here's your lighter. Um, your keys, your car keys. Here's what's gonna happen. And again, I apologize, it's been so long. We're conducting a thorough investigation. This investigation is gonna be ongoing, okay? We're not done with the investigation. There's a lot to this, to place all the parts together, review things, and so on and so forth. Video collection, all that stuff takes a while, okay? It doesn't happen overnight. It's not like you see on TV, okay?
No kidding.
Okay. So, however, with that being said, as part of the investigation, we're going to keep some of the stuff, okay, as evidence and process and stuff like that, including your green shirt and your black shorts, okay? We unfortunately got to take that stuff. We'll throw this on. I can call your wife. She was here.
Yeah, she probably would have.
She left, and I tried to catch her before she left to let her know, sorry it's taken so long.
Sure,
But,
she doesn't
you know.
ever think about that either. So.
Yeah, so, you can call her, or I can call her.
My phone was in the bag.
We have your phone, we're gonna keep your phone unfortunately. To put it in. What's that, I'm sorry?
That's my only form of communication.
I get it, but it's part of evidence.
His phone is seized, his clothes bagged as evidence. The interview ends, but the investigation does not. Now it's up to data, surveillance, and the traces he can't control.
Okay,
How?
Phones are huge now. Everything leads back to phones. Everything leads back to electronics.
technology, it's crazy.
Any investigation we work, they're huge.
You'll get your phone back, we're not keeping your phone, but as of right now, it's gonna go into evidence, okay?
How long do you think that might take?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully a day or two, hopefully a day or two, and I'll call you and let you know in regards to that.
Okay, no problem.
We're not gonna sit on this for.
Yeah, that's all I wanted. Thanks, man.
You guys already got overall photos of him
Yeah,
and stuff?
we can do that shoulder.
Okay, hold off on your shorts.
Yeah, keep those on there.
Yeah.
We just want to photograph, take your shirt off. Because we want to get this whole up the side. You never know, it may be bruised up now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. It's sore as hell though, man. And I know definitely I landed right here
Okay.
between gun and concrete. It's got to be.
All right, well, you may want to go get that looked at.
You're gonna stand up against the wall, then I'll just photograph that. Okay. I'm gonna get a view of your shoulder, okay? Get the front of it also.
Yeah.
Yeah, just face me. I'll get the front side of the camera.
Okay, Michael, we're just gonna have you, we're gonna step out and you're gonna just robe your shorts into there and then just change into this little, jumper, okay?
This thing?
That's gonna, you can keep that,
Okay,
okay?
thank you.
One gunshot fired in a split second, but the consequences last a lifetime. Michael Drejka was sentenced to 20 years in prison for manslaughter after failing to prove his actions were legally justified self-defense. This case raises deep questions about gun rights and the price of mistaking personal emotion for justice. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Was Drejka justified, or did he go too far? Don't forget to subscribe for more gripping cases and unlock exclusive perks available only to our subscribers in the upcoming weeks.
Drejka's 20-year sentence reflects a legal system rejecting his self-defense claim. This case isn't just about one man. It's about how guns, ego, and unchecked bias can turn minor disputes into tragedies. Where do we draw the line on standing your ground?